Welcome back to DxO Quick Tips. Not such a quick tip today. We're going to do well, not a full edit, but we're just going to take a look at how you would approach a scene. We have a little bit of a beach scene here. Some people enjoying themselves, a beautiful day. No drama, no clouds in the sky, but we're just going to try to just do some basic touch-ups, make this picture look a little more presentable. How would we go about that? What tools are we going to use? So I'm just going to start with some contrast here. I'm going to bump the contrast up a little bit. Nothing too much. 13 looks pretty good to me. Sounds good. And move through. Going to drop our highlights. Add some little bit of midtones. Pump our shadows up a bit to get some details out of there. And moving through really quick, our exposure looks fine. Uniform. Maybe we'll take our smart light and let's see. Go to custom. Let's go to use the tool here. And we'll just put the emphasis maybe just up here on this lady standing here. And put a little emphasis on these people right here in the background. And these folks right over here. So we've identified 3 different points for our smart light to kind of bring out as focal spots. Done with that. Micro contrast is fine where it is. I'm happy. Now, clear view plus. Let's see what that's going to do for this image. Ooh, I like that. Look what it's doing to the background mountains there. Really bringing them out. And it's really not doing much damage to the foreground either. So I think I'll just keep that. We'll set our clear view plus. What do you think about? I like it about 50. 50 looks good to me. So I'm looking at the sky. Now, I would like it to be just a bit bluer. It's kind of a hazy day over here as we saw. Now the clear view plus, it helped us there, but the sky looks a little bit white to me. So let's just go into local adjustments. And in this case, because we have all these palm trees sticking up here, you got a lot going on up here. To me, a gradient just is not going to be a good option. So look at this tone here. And this sky is all the same tone. So what I'm going to do, I think, is just drop a control point right here. And I want it to affect basically this whole sky area. So let's just bring it on about right there mid so I can get maximum range on this sky. And I'm just going to use a control point and drop the exposure on that sky just a little bit. But what I really think I'm going to do is a little trick here, and we're going to change the temperature of the sky. And we're just going to move the temperature to, if I can find it here, wherever it's at. We're going to move the temperature of the sky to a more blue look. And now we have a nice blue sky kicking there. Just like that. Really happy with that. Let's back out of local adjustments for a second. We're going to move over to color. And in the color department, I'm just going to make a basically affect the whole scene and just add some vibrance. Kick it up to about maybe 22. Now, each to their own. I'm not big on saturation. I rarely use saturation as in a global sense. I will add saturation to individual colors, individual items that I want to highlight. I especially like to do that with pastels, reds. That is really fun to do. What I'm looking at in this picture is I'm noticing that these rocks, however, the whole picture is very yellow, especially this area. And I do want to just take a look at the temperature. There we go. Just move that Kelvin over just a bit. I like that a lot better. That's looking more like the scene I saw. It was kind of a wintry day. And this looks like more of what I saw. Let's keep moving along here. And we're going to go into the details panel. There's not a lot of noise within this image as we blur in here. You can see as it resolves. Noise is not a big issue, but while we're here, we'll go ahead and hit prime and see what prime can do to our picture, how that can clean it up. I do like the noise controls. I really have tremendous respect for the noise controls within DxO. Deep Prime is an amazing tool. Myself, though, I'm a big fan of Topaz AI denoise. I think it's just jaw-dropping. For me, it is a complete game changer. Allows me to use higher ISOs and shoot in lower light. As a Micro Four Thirds photographer, that is just the golden grail. Can't beat it. We're in global sharpening right now, and I'm going to boost it up to about 69. And I want to make it crispy. Now, I'm not worried about clouds in the sky being too crispy, losing their fluffiness, but I am concerned with the water out here in this ocean. I want it to remain lively. I want it to look like water splashing around. Beautiful Pacific Ocean. I'm going to leave those details alone, and there's not a lot left to go over in this panel. Do I want to crop this picture? I don't think it needs, well, we could bring it down. I see these trees up here, and they're just kind of looming. So let's take our crop adjustment, and we will just go ahead and crop this down. Let's see, crop tool, and we'll just, that's why. And we'll just crop, I want to go free actually, unconstrained. We're going to crop the top of this tree out, see if we can get away with that. Yeah, it's going to look kind of funny because we got that palm tree there. So I think we're just going to leave that tree there, kind of locked in with it. Anything else you see we could do? I'm tempted just to throw a control point on these rocks and maybe bring them down a bit, just because they're just so there. You know what I might do is just make this a square. Let's go back to the crop tool. And now I'm thinking if we just go unconstrained, I might just bring some of these rocks out actually to about right there. Let's see how that looks. Oh my goodness, much better. Those rocks are just in the way. Now we have a nice point of interest here. The eye is much more adapted to looking at what is going on here, the people standing on the stairs. Might be tempted to come in here and bring her out a little more, add some sharpening to her. But I think that really shows how quick you can get a picture looking quite nice just using a few basic tools. How many control points did we use? Actually, just one simple control point. I think we put it on the sky. Of course, if we did want to add a little bit more and bring individual people out, we can always just, we'll just drop a control point, let's see, right on this young lady here. And we can Control Z, and we can just begin to sharpen her. Let me go over here and take a look at this. We'll just give her a little bit of sharpening. And anything else that we, of course, click on now will take on the same sharpness as we have given her. So if you just wanted to click on this, it's that easy. They're all going to retain the same sharpness. And that is what I was looking for. I had a feeling when I was hitting those control points that the radius was rather large. So let's bring the radius down on this young lady and start controlling these. We can delete that. Now you can see how useful that tool is for finding your control points, because I just added about 6 control points and they quickly became very lost. So just by using this tool, able to find them, move them around, so I'm not sharpening things I don't want to be sharpening. There is my sky control point. And we are looking good. If I want to add one to her, add some sharpness to this young lady here. Another wonderful thing to add detail to would be trees and things like that. Looking good. Let's take a final look at this image. And we can see the individuals are popping a little bit more. Looking good, folks. Hey, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.